Guys, welcome back to the channel for another unboxing, and today we have got the Back to the Future Griff Tannen Neca Ultimate figure. Man, this figure I'm actually pretty excited to open it up, despite how much I enjoy the packaging on it. So I've already got Marty and also Doc. I don't plan to go full bore with the Back to the Future NECA stuff. However, I just kind of wanted a few of the base figures that looked really nice, and the Griff looks awesome. Got lucky and got a bit of a deal ski on this from a fellow collector that I actually work with. He knows who he is, so big shout out to him if he's watching this. I don't want to drop any names in the case of, identity protection. Why would I say identity protection? I ain't trying to get out somebody's name if they don't really want to approve of it. Anyway, so back shot of the box, couple of action shots of the Griff figure, which looks great. And of course, other figures in the line: the '85 Marty, the spacesuit Marty, the future Marty, future Doc. Or I'm sorry, 1985 Doc, and then of course the 1955 Biff Tannen. This is the Marty that I have, and I think it's awesome. The 85 Marty is really cool, too, because it comes with a guitar accessory, speaker, that kind of stuff. But I really like the 2015 Marty. But let's go ahead and open the window just to kind of see what it looks like on the front. Like I said, beautifully done figure. Like, the figure looks great. The action shot inside the inner door looks fantastic. It's almost hard to open this one just because I love the aesthetic of the packaging. I love that it's got the dog from the bottom of Griff's hoverboard on the front there. And, of course, it also does come with that hoverboard as well. But, yeah, I'm really excited to open this one, crack it. And, honestly, I'm honestly just ready to get it in the display next to my Marty, with them kind of having the pseudo battle of hoverboards going on. But yeah, let's go ahead and crack it open, and let's see if this thing looks and feels as good in hand as it does in package. There we go. Trying to be gentle, but I'm not saving the box or anything. Just, I don't know. I hate destroying such a nice box, though. That's kind of my thing. And of course, you've got the clock tower insert there, which I will definitely be keeping. I may actually end up going in the back of the DD Tov, and I'll put him and Marty in front of it. I think that'll look pretty damn fantastic. So very, very cool to have that little insert there for your display. Let's go ahead and get Griff out of his plastic prison. Man, this thing looks really, really great. So there we go. A little cover over the inserts. So your bat right here. Very cool. Really clean paint application on this too. Very nice. There is your little flight stand for your hoverboard. The extra head without the helmet on it right there. Actually looks really good. Like, I will say this has very very well done face sculpting on it. I mean, that looks tremendous. Very cool. All right, let's go ahead and get the hoverboard out. Pitbull. That thing looks great. Very, very clean paint application on it as well. Let's see how it fits on this flight stand. I mean, it should fit pretty okay, but I've also seen Stranger Things. Not a pun towards a TV show, by all means. Not bad. And it's pretty tight, too, which is nice. You definitely don't want to go in there with a very loose fit, or else having it angled a certain way, the way the figure's just going to bring it down, it's not going to matter. So, all right. Griff has got a little rubber restraint here on the front. Easy to pop off. He does have some down around his feet, so those I will need to cut off. I cannot get my sausage fingers in there for those. So let's just trim it off on the back. Try not to destroy the figure in the process. One thing I don't like about whenever they strap the ankles down is that it's kind of a pain to get the straps off. And you don't really want to pull on it because, unfortunately, Neca historically is definitely known for having fragile ass figures, and the last thing you want to do is break a leg or arm off in the package. Alright, so Griff, here we go. First thoughts, the headshot looks great. I love that face of the I'm about to swing the bat and knock your head off. That looks awesome. The helmet is molded on. Very nice, though. Got the little hockey glove there, or at least that's what it appears to be like. Rotation of the wrist actually feels very nice. The arm feels kind of loose. I mean, it's not like fall on its own with, you know, supported weight, kind of loose, but like, I mean, if I tap it with this thing that has probably about 2 ounce weight to it, it does pull pretty easy. This one's not quite as bad. I do love the detail on the little gauntlet over here, and it does turn, which is nice. You don't have to turn the whole arm to make it work, but that does look pretty cool. Again, wrist joint feels good on this side as well. Elbows, surprisingly, are not tighter than hell coming out of the box, which is good. I've had a lot of Neca stuff lately that when it's, I mean, fresh out the box, I mean, those elbows just don't want to go. Jacket, you know, your typical rubber, but the deco for the fishnet shirt is textured. It feels good. The jacket is also textured. New little lines there, but it looks good though. The paint application on it is also very clean. Little rubber piece back here on the belt. The belt is not molded on. It's actually loose, so it is a separate piece. So just be wary of that. It feels like it might be molded on back here on the back side, but it is loose here in the front and on the back. But molded, or at least attached on the sides in some sort of way. Like it's anchored on there pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out the legs, see how the joints on these work. Obviously, this one's not going to have any kind of toe articulation. But the ankles are pretty tight. I'm not going to force those. Unfortunately, I've got some PTSD when it comes to Neca ankles. So I'm not going to chance snapping those off. The knees, very tight. Very, very tight. Both of them. This one's not quite as bad, but that this left knee here, pretty dang tight. I don't know, the fact that there's an atomic symbol or a nuclear symbol, whatever you want to call it, on this crotch is pretty hilarious. Bit of texturing on the pants as well. The knee pad is molded on. And I love the boots. The boots look great. Very solid attention to detail in the deco one, as far as putting even the individual buttonholes for the straps on the boots. Got the horns and everything, which, I mean, I feel like if it didn't have the horns, you'd be pretty disappointed. The head actually feels very good, pretty snug. Not you know, obviously overly tight, but I mean, it feels good. Like, I don't think you have to worry about the joint wearing out. So it does move pretty well. So can't complain there. Let's go ahead and see if we can get them on the... actually, let's go ahead and change the head real quick. Let's see how well that swaps out. Sometimes you'll get a head that the hole's not milled out properly, or it's just not the right size and doesn't swap out pretty easy. All right, see, so that's not terrible. But I could definitely say I do prefer the other head on this. It just doesn't feel right without the helmet on and that screamy face. So we'll do that. And let's see how well the bat holds in the hand. So this hand has an open grip on it. Okay. Fits pretty well. Got to pull the fingers back a little bit, but it does fit pretty well. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the arms to do the double-handed swing quite as well. Maybe, possibly. Let's see if we can make that happen while I've got it in mind. There we go. Got to force those fingers open just a little bit. Get that thumb around there. There we go. Okay, so hey, there we go. I mean, you can get them to hold the bat with both hands. That's a big plus for me. Unfortunately, I have too many figures that you just can't seem to get that to work right with them. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the range of motion in the shoulders or in the elbows, but sometimes it just doesn't want to work right. And that looks great. I'm not really sure how far back we can get it because of the range of motion, but even if we can get it back to like there, like that's pretty okay with me. So let's go ahead and get him on the hoverboard. Let's see how well he fits, see if the peg holes are too big, too loose, anything like that. All right, and okay, so right away, the peg hole for this foot that I just put on, the peg came right out of the board. So be cautious of that if you do open this one. You can see right there, the hoverboard had the same little kind of peg holes for it. This one only seems to have one on the board. Let's see if I can get this back in there real quick. There we go. Let's try to get him back on it one more time. Does seem like you're going to have to finagle the legs just a little bit to get them on there, or else the legs spread too much and the foot's just going to come right off the board. So you'll need to do a little bit of tweaking just to make sure it stays on. All right, so there, he's on the board. Let's get the board on the mount. Oop. See if we can get that plugged back in without having to take the whole figure off. There we go. Okay. All right, so there he is on the board, on the mount. I'm going to see if I can get it to stand up on... Okay, so it stands up on its own. I'm going to pan the camera up just a little bit so you can see it. I mean, it looks great. It really does. The board holds up the weight well. Obviously, you can't tilt it too far forward because the figure's very top-heavy. But, man, that looks great. Like I said, it holds up very well. And as long as you watch out for how you pose the legs on this thing, it's going to stand on that board very easily. Man, this figure is fantastic. No regrets at all. Definitely happy to add this one to the collection. I'm definitely going to... Man, I don't know. I think this one might be a 9 out of 10 for me. Cool accessories. Figure looks great. I wish the ankles were a little easier to turn, obviously. Knees are your typical Neca issue. But overall, the aesthetic of the figure looks great. I love the extra head with it. Probably won't use it, but it does look awesome. The face sculpt on this thing is incredible. The paint application is awesome. All of the rubber goods feel nice. The texturing on stuff is a nice little touch. And even, down to the gauntlet being able to be just kind of turned around that way and kind of show certain sides of it and however you're posing it looks great. And being able to put both hands on the bat and have it like that is a gigantic plus for me, just because of the lack of figures that can seem to hold dual hand an accessory. I am absolutely all for it. And the board looks awesome, and it holds up on the stand very nicely. 9 out of 10 figure. Absolutely fantastic. If they could give it more of a range of motion where you could put the bat maybe over the shoulders a little more, it might even make it a 10 for me. But this Griff Tannen is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you for checking it out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at CollectingRaj. Hit that follow button. And of course on the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I've got more content coming up. I'll be pumping out some more videos today, including an unboxing of a Neca It figure from Pennywise. And then also I'll be doing a card reveal for my recent submission to Pure Graded X. Also, do not forget to check me out on Whatnot. If you are a fan of Whatnot and you like to go on there and shop, check out Whatnot. I do have scheduled live streams coming up. And if you're looking for cards, things of that nature, just check me out there. Got a lot of stuff planned for the future on Whatnot. You can find me on there at Collecting Raj as well. But thank you for checking out the video. And as always, have yourselves an awesome week.